What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the process of volunteering at a hospital and the interview process that goes with it. Prior to my interview yesterday, I had no idea what to expect from it because I had never volunteered anywhere before, so I didn't know what kind of questions they were going to ask me. I didn't know about what I should wear. So today I'm going to share with you everything I learned from my experience at my interview yesterday. Let me start off by saying you should treat this interview for the volunteering spot pretty much as a job interview because it's only volunteering and you don't get paid, but it is really competitive and there aren't unlimited spots at all the hospitals around you. So there's only a certain number of people that are going to get the spots that are available, and if you don't impress, it's a pretty good chance that you're not going to get that spot. Now let's get into it. Do not be late. That is so important, and it seems obvious, but I was almost late and I left my house an hour before I was planning to leave. And when I got to the hospital, I'd never been there before. So when I got there, I got lost in the parking lot and I couldn't find the main entrance. So it's good to be prepared to know where you're going and know that you have enough time to get there and find the building you're going to. Go to the interview dressed to impress. Like, as I said before, treat it as a job interview. If you dress like you're not interested or it's just something you have to do, not something you want to do, you're going to give off a bad vibe and they're not going to want you in their hospital. They're not going to want you to represent the hospital and their facility the way you're dressed. So it's really important to make sure you dress properly. You don't have to have a suit and a tie. Like me, I wore a button down dress shirt with some slacks and I was killing it, man. I look nice, and that's important. You have to look nice. Do not go in some sweatpants and some t-shirts because you're gonna look like a bum, and they're not gonna want you to be working at the hospital. As for the interview itself, mine was short and it was to the point. They only asked me a few questions. Like, they asked me why I wanted to volunteer at the hospital. I was asked, how can I help them help the patients? They asked me if I have any problems with committing 100 hours to the hospital. Like, I know a lot of the hospitals around here where I live, they were like, oh, we need 150 hours from you. We need 100 hours from you. And another question they asked me was, what do I plan on getting out of volunteering at the hospital? Like, how do I want it to personally benefit me? For me, it was simple to answer these questions because I was honest about everything. Like, I want to volunteer because I'm passionate about. I like making a difference. I like helping, and this is a great way for me to learn whether or not volunteering at a hospital or working at a hospital as a nurse is something I would want to do as a career because that's what I plan on doing right now. I told them that I could be great at helping out the patients because of my people skills and I'm very friendly and I feel like I could be very helpful communicating between the nurses and the patients. I could be the middle person and I could make things simpler for everyone working there. And lastly, before the interview was over, they asked me if I had any questions. I asked like if a problem would arise if I were to switch my schedule instead of working on Tuesday. If I decided that next semester when my school schedule changes, if I had to work on a Friday, would they be okay with that? Or if I have like a family vacation coming up and I can't make it, is that going to be a problem? Like, those are the type of questions I ask. So make sure if you have any questions or concerns, you ask, and that way they know that you guys are both on the same page. And finally, the most important thing is walk in there with confidence, like you own it, because they're not going to want to hire someone who doesn't believe in themselves, especially in a hospital situation where you're going to be taking care of people and there's going to be a lot of risk involved, maybe not, depending on what you're going to be doing. But if you're not confident and you don't believe in yourself, neither will they, and they're not going to hire you to represent their building and their business.